Support for Just Seen It comes from Warner Archive Instant. Streaming hard-to-find movies and TV shows direct from the studio at WarnerArchiveInstant.com. Kimball Beauty, offering a complete line of hair care products, is a proud sponsor of Just Seen It. Great hair equals great confidence. Learn more at KimballBeauty.com. Support for Just Seen It comes from Weaver's Coffee and Tea, makers of hand-roasted artisan coffee and hand-blended tea. Learn more at weaverscoffee.com. Two families are torn apart when their daughters go missing.
Anna, Joy, I couldn't find them!
As the police follow leads, Keller is desperate to find the girls.
I don't understand what any of this means. They said he ran.
So he takes matters into his own hands to protect his family in Prisoners.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Salim, and we're here to discuss the new movie Prisoners. We've all just seen it. Lisa, take it away.
Prisoners, directed by Academy Award nominee Denis Villeneuve, is about two little girls who go missing on Thanksgiving Day and their family's desperate search to find them.
It's certainly an interesting drama, and as far as an examination of the effects that an event like this could have on parents, the film is very successful.
It actually reminded me of the show The Killing, which is also about a family whose daughter goes missing. But that show is more so about the small moments of how they're having to deal with it. This movie has that. It's about the parents, but what it does is it shows the extent that the family, especially Keller Dover, who played by Hugh Jackman, the extent that he's going to go to find who took his daughter.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating the other parents' reactions to it, too, because they all respond in very different ways. You have Maria Bello playing his wife, and then you have Viola Davis and Terrence Howard as the parents of the other little girl. And each one of them responds to it differently. They're very well defined.
That's what's so good about it and why their performances are so strong as well. But this is definitely a movie with a lot of twists, a lot of red herrings. You know, we're finding things out. We think one thing, we don't know if it's true or not. It does that a lot.
I love the twists and the turns, especially when Detective Loki comes on, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. That's when the movie really starts to move, and that's when a lot of the twists and turns starts happening.
There's no way that someone with the IQ of a 10-year-old could abduct two girls in broad daylight and then somehow make them disappear.
Well, maybe he wasn't on his own.
And one of the things I think that helped keep your interest are the little breadcrumbs that it dropped following different themes in the movie. There are several themes that are very prominent throughout. You've got religious faith, you've got the morality of being a parent, and then you've also got the effects of the recession on the American family. This film, all the way through, are little references to the different things. I could watch it several times, just focusing on each theme individually and seeing how it plays out. I found that very interesting. To me, it was more real. The dialogue was real. People stepped on each other and talked at the same time as they do. It wasn't just quick, clever bites, as you see in so many scripts.
Like, it's very original, and it's a well-told story. It just dips into being a very standard suspense thriller at times.
Well, let's talk about the wonderful performances here. I thought Hugh Jackman was incredible.
He's very distraught the entire film, and he's very good at being angry and like showing you all the emotions that a father in this position would go through.
His character is actually very similar to Wolverine in terms of being very guilt-ridden, being very tortured. However, he is a lot more on the surface. He's emotional. He's extremely emotional. He's going to erupt every single time because of how sad or angry he is.
Well, remember, too, the film opens with him saying the Lord's Prayer before he shoots a deer.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and then we have Jake Gyllenhaal here, who plays Detective Loki. I don't know, I love Jake Gyllenhaal, even though he has the same shtick. He's got the dead eyes, but for some reason it worked here. He's got some crazy quirks going on that I really liked.
Dialogue. The quirks are very interesting. There are all these little tiny specificities about his character. For example, he has tattoos on his knuckles. He's wearing a Mason ring. He has some weird sort of twitch, or his, he blinks his eyes a lot. And all these things probably were added to create a fuller character. However, it seems like they just ended up getting cut out of the movie because the movie ended up being way too long.
I loved Paul Dano's performance, and I would have liked to see a little more of him. He plays a developmentally challenged suspect, and boy, does he go through the emotional ringer.
Is it a special day? Are you planning on taking two little girls?
No.
Have you done that before?
No.
Did you ask him to come inside?
No.
You asked him to come inside the RV and then you take him away?
No.
Did you put those girls somewhere?
Yes,
Come on. Did you put those girls somewhere?
Don't touch me.
I know you put those girls somewhere.
Despite its glacial pace, I think that it handles the material very well and in a visually interesting manner, probably because we have the amazing Roger Deakins as cinematographer here.
Yeah.
Visuals just blew me away. It was Middle America. It was a down-and-out, gritty, grungy place with rust and cheap
Drab
paneling,
colors, like,
drab
oh my
colors.
God.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of it. The drabness.
He loves rain,
The
too.
rain,
There's
the
so many
rain
good
going
rain
into the
shots.
snow, how
Yeah.
dark and dreary it is. Based just off the first images of the movie, we know the darkness that's going to be in this film before even getting into the story.
The editing is where it really lacks. I mean, things just linger on for a little bit too long, and if all of that had been cut out, the film would have been short enough. It's almost 2.5 hours long, and you can really feel it.
When talking about production value, you have to mention the incredible score of Icelandic composer Jóhann Jóhannsson. It was beautiful, and it was so well woven into the theme that you didn't really even notice it, except if you were paying close attention, which I advise viewers to do, because it really is a beautiful score.
This is a great investigative thriller. It's just a little too long, so I'm gonna say stream it.
Prisoners will hold you captive from start to finish. I say, see it.
Great acting, interesting story. Unfortunately, it needed to be a little bit more condensed. Stream it.
Our votes add up to 2 full tickets, which is a stream it for Prisoners. Cheers! To some stellar performances. To creepy, creepy people.
Kimball Beauty, offering a complete line of hair care products, is a proud sponsor of Just Seen It. Great hair equals great confidence. Learn more at KimballBeauty.com. Support for Just Seen It comes from Warner Archive Instant. Streaming hard-to-find movies and TV shows direct from the studio at WarnerArchiveInstant.com. Support for Just Seen It comes from Weaver's Coffee and Tea, makers of hand-roasted artisan coffee and hand-blended tea. Learn more at weaverscoffee.com.